Okay, Nightshade for game 3 of this TVT. We've got Super V in the bottom right. We have got RandomBanana in the top left. Good luck all round. No, RandomBanana did he did warn me about game 3, so I'm not really sure what to expect from him. Yeah, we'll see. Super V, as we've seen, you know, he loves a bit of Reaper early. He likes a bit of Reaper action, likes to get a Reaper in your base, or several Reapers. Isn't too shy about a proxy or indeed a several racks very early push. So let's see what's going to happen in this game. RandomBanana, you know, he's one game away. Ooh, he's one game away from dropping out of the tournament. And it can be difficult when you've only got one game left to lose. It can be difficult to try something fancy, but I wouldn't mind seeing like some, you know, a proxied factory or something like that would be pretty cool. But I don't think we are going to see anything like that. We're going to see something pretty straight up. Given what's happened in the last 2 games, because it's been very early aggression from Super V in both cases, I would like to see a double racks opener instead of a single racks. But it's double gas opener here, which I'm curious about. You know, you've only got 1 racks, but you're mining from, you're going to be mining from 2 gas, which would sort of suggest that this is going to be a very quick factory, followed by some sort of tech. But I don't know what it's going to be. It's very standard for Super V. We're going to get a Reaper out. We're going to get the command center done. Hasn't actually scouted at all. So, you know, maybe relying on the Reaper to do the scouting for him. Which, that can be a risky business. You know, if the Reaper gets across the map and it finds that there are 4 barracks here finished up, you're already dead. Or you don't have time to respond to that. You know, your response to it will be just almost finished up by the time the Marines arrive. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen here. There is a factory. There's 2 factories built in for RandomBanana, so that's what the gas is for. It's a double factory opener, which typically would indicate Cyclone Hellion. That would be what you would expect. So the Reaper's going to come in. It's going to be pretty annoying. It's going to have a couple of pops at the SCV there, but it's not actually got the SCV. And I don't think it's going to get a kill either, and actually gets taken out by the Marines. So, you know, with that Reaper, you don't... yeah, when there's 2 Marines focusing you, you're going to do well to get an SCV. But what the Reaper does is it sees the double gas, and I believe it sees the factories as well. Yeah, it does. So... if nothing else, Super V knows what he is up against, knows that there are 2 factories here, and knows that it's double gas. So you've got to expect, well, you know exactly what's up. You know that there is a mech play coming. You might not know exactly what mech it is, but I think you can take a fair guess. Off 1 base, yeah, it's not Thor's, is it? So it's going to be Hellion Cyclone, basically, isn't it? No. There is no tech lab here, so these Cyclones are not going to have the speed upgrade. And now that they've tweaked Cyclones a little bit, you know, Cyclones they're pretty feeble units. It doesn't take much to kill them. So they do kind of rely on that speed upgrade so that they can get out of trouble. They've still got a fantastic range. They don't, you know, they don't pack quite the punch they used to. And you do kind of need that speed upgrade to keep them alive. Otherwise, they can be caught. They can be caught by Stim Marines or whatever. And yeah, things can get awkward. Now, in Super V land, there is a Banshee building. No cloak as yet. So, yeah, I don't know. Is he going to get cloak? I'm not sure. Wouldn't mind seeing the cloak because against the Banshee, Cyclones are actually really good because they can just kite the Banshee all day long. In theory, you should be able to kill a Banshee with a Cyclone without ever taking damage if your reactions are reasonably quick. So the Cyclones are going to come up here, but there are several Cyclones of Super Vs as well. So finally, the speed upgrade is going, but it isn't finished yet. Nevertheless, RandomBanana is going to come in here, and this is not good. He doesn't have a lock on, but he's pulled back. Super V's Cyclones do have the lock on, and actually RandomBanana is going to lose all of those Cyclones for free. So a serious bit of mismanagement of those Cyclones. They needed a little bit more micro. You need to move them in, get the lock on and run. That is overwhelming. You don't, they're not really an A-click unit, Cyclones. They do need pulled back. You get the lock on, you run. That is very much what they excel at. Once they're locked on, they have got a phenomenal range, so you can pull them quite far back. Now, weirdly, he's got the Cyclone upgrade building. Oh, okay, he's cancelled it. I was going to say he's getting the Cyclone upgrade, but not building any more Cyclones. The Iridiman's building in a siege tank. But yeah, there's more Cyclones coming out now. Now, one of the, the power of the modern Cyclone is in numbers. You can crank out a phenomenal number of them because they're pretty cheap, they're quick to build, and you can build them on a reactored factory. So yeah, now that you've got the upgrade, perhaps we'll see this factory switch onto the reactor from the barracks so that you can get these Cyclones out 4 at a time and muster a reasonable number of them. There's no workers being built at the natural here, so Super V is going to be pretty far ahead in workers. There's no workers being built in the main either. In fact, yeah, Super V has got a pretty substantial worker lead, so the longer this game runs, the further ahead he will get. So arguably now is the time. If we look at the army supply, though, RandomBanana is not in front on that count either. So he does need to get something to happen here, whether that is drop a third faster than his opponent, or I don't know, something different. It's Hyperflight or whatever it's called. It's Speed Banshees is what we're looking at. I don't think Cloak has been done. And that's kind of, I like the speed upgrade for the Banshees because they really are they're pretty feisty with that upgrade done, as we'll see. These are normal Banshees, and momentarily we'll see how that compares to speed Banshees when the upgrade is finished any second now. And okay, 10 seconds. Oh look, I've got the countdown thing. That's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, so there's nothing really in the main to see these off because yeah, RandomBanana's army is all the way over here, and it's a shame because Cyclones are so good against Banshees. That's why I'm a little surprised that Super V's decided to go Banshee, because you know your opponent's got Cyclones, but there's actually nothing here. Oh no, there is. So there's 3 Cyclones here, which will easily deal with this, but they do need to move and actually deal with it. He's F2'd. What? Why is all this stuff coming home? You don't need all that stuff for like 3 Banshees. 1 Banshee now. You don't need that at all. Workers have gone down, but like, what's all this? I don't know about this. I don't know. That looks like a panic F2. And I don't like it. I don't like no panic F2. Super V's going to move out, or is he? I think maybe he's just securing his third. If we look at the army supplies, it's a reasonable advantage. Upgrade-wise, with this many Marines, I feel like Combat Shield would be a worthwhile upgrade. It's going to make quite a big difference to your damage output. Now, what's the plan here? What is the plan for RandomBanana? Is he going to try and siege up here and push on this? I wouldn't hit it. The siege tank position is pretty potent in the back here. Only 1 siege tank, but there are none for his opponent. Now, there are a lot of Cyclones, though. And Cyclones, once they get the lock on the siege tank, can do pretty well. So RandomBanana, I wouldn't hit seeing him come in here and just try and focus down the command center. Is that what he's going to do? Is he going to focus the CC? He's going to run for the time being. He can't really win the. Yeah, he can't really win the fight against the army, but the siege tank is going to do an awful lot of work here. A bit of focus firing wouldn't go astray. You want the siege tank shooting here, not the stuff that was over there. So the siege tank falls, and I think it is just going to go clean up here. Even the Banshees coming in to have a good old poke. This one is about to find out why you don't fight Cyclones. Yeah, that was never going to work. The Lib is going to come in and maybe get a couple of kills here, but on the other side of the map there are now cloaked Banshees flying in, and he can drop a scan, and the Liberator does need to shoot them though. Yep. The Liberator will not get them because the scan is going to run out. Yeah. But there's bigger problems here. Army Supply basically tells the story, doesn't it? Yeah, RandomBanana did warn me that Game 3, he didn't really have a build. It was, yeah, he wasn't really sure what he was at. And, you know, for somebody that went Cyclones, there's 3 racks here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm saying. There's 3 racks over here as well. But pretty weird composition on both sides, to be honest. Slightly odd. But anyway, it is Super W that takes the W. GG.